everyone, I'm Aveline. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So, we're in the end game now. We got the last 4 zodiac houses to do. So we're starting out with Sagittarius, and I got the Capricorn house already recorded, so it should be up tomorrow. And then over the weekend, we're gonna do Aquarius, followed by Pisces. So we're at the last zodiac houses. I got no, like, I kind of feel like I should do zodiac something again at some point because it's been quite a lot of fun. I mean, we still got 3 houses left, so we're not completely done yet. But it feels like closing in on finishing up this mini series or whatever the situation has been. So, but today's house is Sagittarius. So we're going to talk a little bit about Sagittariuses and what things are connected to them, what traits and stuff. I just quickly want to say, like I've done with the other zodiac houses, that I am not an expert when it comes to zodiac signs or astrology whatsoever. In fact, I know nothing about it. So I'm reading off of a website. If anything's wrong, then that's just because of the website. Yes, I am going to blame it on the website, just so you know. But if you want to supply any information or supply, I don't know, was that the right word to choose? If you know anything about astrology, is that even the right word to choose? Anyway, if you know anything about zodiac signs and stuff, let us know below, because it's always nice to get more information than this website is giving me. So, but all right, I also never got to do my family houses last week, so we might do that next week instead. I had, like, just as a quick note, but I ended up having headaches for like 2 out of the last 3 days, work days I had last week. One of the days, I'm pretty sure I was dealing with a migraine for most of the day, which, not fun to sit and look at a screen when you're dealing with that. So just kind of, I don't usually have that sort of stuff, but I was getting cross-eyed from having a headache. It was really bad. So I just decided to say, no, I'm not gonna sit here for 8 hours to build a house because I'll be in pain, and decided to postpone it. But that's where I've been, basically. So anyway, as for Sagittariuses, their element is fire. Their color is blue. So we're using a little bit of that throughout the house, as you might be able to see in a little bit. Their quality is that they are mutable, which I will find some information on very quickly. It says that Sagittarius is a mutable sign belonging to the element of fire that comes at the end of autumn. You will often see that a person born with the sun in Sagittarius honestly and truly looks forward to the winter. This is the time of year when optimism actually has a purpose, and after all that dying in the sign of Scorpio and the middle of autumn, after all that dying, what does that mean? Anyway, it speaks of a time when the future is evident. They're at the grab of our hand and couldn't possibly be any worse than the past. It is a time of peaceful sleep that leads to something interesting and deep, that covers tracks of life and opens us up to it in the spring. I still don't know what that means, but hopefully some of you got the point of that. I don't know. You would think my reading comprehension, considering I read so much, would be top-notch, but apparently it is not. And also, it's surprisingly difficult to read out loud when you're doing a voiceover. Like, when do you breathe? I don't know. Anyway, so Sagittarius' day is Thursday. Oh, I should have done it tomorrow then. I apologize, dear Sagittarius out there. Their ruler is Jupiter, their greatest compatibility is Gemini and Aries, and their lucky numbers are 3, 7, 9, 12, and also 21. And you are a Sagittarius if you're born between the 22nd of November and the 21st of December. I think I can say, almost safely say, that the only one of the signs who's actually going to have their build released on their day is going to be Aquarius's, and that is completely coincidental, I just want to say, but I just looked it up. Their day is Saturday, so we'll get to that on Saturday though. So, Sagittarius' strengths, as for their traits, their strengths are that they are generous, idealistic, and have a great sense of humor. Their weaknesses are that they make promises more than they can deliver. Is that promises more than can deliver? It's phrased in such a weird way. They're very impatient and they will say anything no matter how undiplomatic. Okay. They like freedom, travel, philosophy, and being outdoors, and they dislike clingy people, being constrained, off-the-wall theories, and also details. They are curious and energetic, and they are the travelers of the zodiac. So of course I had to place them in Granite Falls, because it's outdoorsy, and it just made sense to me. Especially with the like freedom, travel, philosophy, and being outdoors. I just feel like when I read that, Granite Falls just popped into my head. It just felt perfect. And then also, they dislike being constrained for some reason. Again, Granite Falls to me feels like a very free world in The Sims. I don't really, like, I can't, you're just very much on your own in some way. You don't really have any neighbors close to you. There's no cars driving around. Like, you're just very much on your own. It's a lot of freedom. And again, no clingy people. You also don't get, I mean, you can't live in Granite Falls, unfortunately. So that doesn't work. But you don't actually, if you stay here for like a little bit, you don't actually get a welcome wagon. And I think the most clingy people as a builder, at least, someone who has to take a lot of screenshots for videos and stuff. I hate the welcome wagon. I don't like them. They annoy me and they seem super clingy, so yeah. It also says that their open mind and philosophical view motivate them to wander around the world in search of the meaning of life. I hope that you Sagittariuses actually find the meaning of life. I only actually know one Sagittarius. I gotta think this through. I know a couple actually. My cousin is also one. But I don't know, is he a traveler? I don't know. But my sister's fiance is definitely a bit of a traveler. I don't know if I feel like he fits that well though. I don't know about that. But like, who likes clingy people? I don't. Do you like clingy people? Are you one of the people on this planet, on this earth, who actually enjoy clingy people? I don't know. Let me know, because you might be. There might be a couple of you out there who actually enjoy clingy people. I'm just not one of them. But that shouldn't be a surprise. I feel like saying that I probably am one of the clingy people. Like, do you guys ever wonder, like, if you really dislike a trait in some people and it hits you that that trait might actually apply to you as well? Like, you might actually be that person. I don't know. Do you ever wonder that? Am I overthinking things? Probably. Anyway, Sagittariuses are extroverts, always optimistic, full of enthusiasm, and ready for changes. So you guys sound awesome and happy, and yes, I feel like I can relate to this sign in some way, which is kind of funny because I don't have any Sagittarius in my chart whatsoever, as far as I can remember, at least. So actually, I just looked it up. I have Venus in Sagittarius, and I have no idea what that means. Someone out there, please let me know. But we're not talking about B today. I realized that anyway. So as for this house, I just felt like the main part of it was that I wanted to build a house where they could, or I could put it in Granite Falls, because it just felt like Granite Falls in itself, and I needed it to fit in Granite Falls as well for obvious reasons. Although I could imagine the Sagittariuses to also not live in a cottage. Like, I could see them also living in a more modern or contemporary kind of house. When they say that they dislike details, I don't see that as clutter, for example. I see that as like talking, so too many details, because they're kind of like upbeat in a way, like they're, how do you say that? They're fast tempo all the time. Like, that's the idea that I have of them. So it's more like, I don't want too many details in whatever you're telling me, like that sort of thing. Not in homes, like not in interior. So I also, I think, did I put those above the couch then? I took the, there's from Dine Out, there's this like collage of pictures. You can both have portraits, but there's also what looks like travel pictures. And I decided to go with that one because I could imagine the Sagittarius in this house has traveled a lot. So it's the same for the builds, I almost said. The pictures above the bed here, I wanted them to be of places. So it looks like they've either, some of them looks like sketches, so we know we gotta make do with what we have in the game, but I wanted it to look like at least they'd gone somewhere and either sketched it or taken pictures or painted it, or they just bought a painting of a place that they wanted to go to, or they just thought it was pretty or something like that. So, but as for the rest of the interior, I felt like it was actually quite difficult to find a direction I wanted to go with for like stuff, because it doesn't really say like other than they like freedom and travel and being outdoors. I mean, I could have found a lot of like little clutter pieces that they'd bought from different places, but I also didn't have a lot of places to place down clutter in this house, surprisingly so. So that was a little bit of a difficult issue. I could have put some on top of the dresser, and I think I did try. Like, the dresser was a whole issue with the bedroom, because it was blocking my sim for a long time. So I play tested it a lot to find out, or to like move things around so she could actually get through. It was a whole thing. So yeah, I decided to just not place any clutter up there because it was not working. Unfortunately, that's just a thing sometimes in The Sims, but that's what happens when you choose to build with Moo. It's just a thing. So we gotta, I always said build around it, but we're building with it. Yeah, that's confusing. Anyway, so I really placed the whole travel thing in the pictures, essentially. But I could definitely see Sagittarius as being these, like, people that have a lot of souvenirs from when they go on travels and stuff. So I think Kristen is a cusp Sagittarius, and she's that kind of person. She's not, or she's a Scorpio, but she's on the cusp. So she's that kind of person who will definitely buy souvenirs wherever she goes. And I kind of love that. I think I've become that sort of person after redoing, renovating my office, because now I have a lot of shelf space, and I just like to display things. Like, I have several different plushies that I've bought in Disneyland, for example. One of them from like, what year was that? 2009? So it's a long time ago, but it's a Dumbo plushie, and he's been with me ever since. And I treat him very well because, you know, 14 years for a plushie is a long time. So I don't, basically by treating well, I mean I don't touch him. He's just standing over there. But I like displaying these things, so I could see myself, if I ever get to go travel again or something like that, I would love to bring home some souvenirs. And I see Sagittarius kind of having some of that as well, just like, I don't know, having these things from travels so they can think back on the travels and stuff, you know? I also kind of see Sagittarius as being the slightly loud, but also very like the comedic of the group, the funny sign, the very extroverted comedian zodiac sign, if you will. So I don't know if that's just the idea I have of them, but I might be wrong about it. So I think that's what I've had. Like, I've always thought that about Sagittarius, actually, for some reason. So it might just be like this image I have in my head, this idea that I've had for some time. Again, I don't know much about zodiac signs, so I could be completely wrong, but I don't know. I would call them the comedian of the zodiac signs. Let me know if I'm wrong. But anyway, we are getting to the end of this video, so I hope you like this build. If you do, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, the trade files can be found over on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box down below. There's also a link to it in the pinned comment, where you can also find a link to my booktube channel. So if you like to watch videos where people talk about books and recommend books and all that stuff, definitely check it out. But that is all I got for you guys today, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye!
But I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you've got style, the way your body keeps my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you, can't you see? I want you. you and know it's alright. You read my mind, but I can see that you don't realize